Yeah, y'all know what time it is. When we reach the back half of the show, this is how we close. You see the lady singing. I love it. I love it. We had a busy day here in the studio. We talked some Louisville basketball. They beat UTEP 77-74, a horrendous shooting night, but the things that don't show up on the stat sheet, heart, grit, determination, and that led to Louisville pulling that game out. So congratulations to them. They play Kentucky Saturday. Then we talked about Aaron Bradshaw, him being reinstated and back on Ohio State's basketball team as they resume activities. Coach Diebler was pretty happy about that. He was on his radio show saying just as much. Then we talked about Pop Isaacs, him being gone from Creighton and having to get a second hip surgery. The Texas Tech standout is he's eligible for a medical red shirt where he can have another 2 years of eligibility. But at some point, would this be an impairment for the rest of his life? We don't know. We just wish him well and hope he recovers. Then we had another horrible loss, which was Tucker DeVries from West Virginia. Excellent shooter, excellent scorer. His dad is the coach of West Virginia, and he is also gone for they said indefinitely for an upper body injury. It's one thing to be hurt when a player goes down, but when it's your son, it takes on a whole different meaning. So from that, to Michigan versus Arkansas. We'll get into this when we come back from a rap album we're promoting this month. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Dun, 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 dun. It's your boy Big Vern pushing another rap album this month. Killer Mike. Songs for Sinners and Saints. In stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on the album, Nobody Knows, with Anthony Hamilton, is a really good song. Humble Me, very deep, very good song. Higher Level, Lord Prepare Me, Had to Go Get It, and Still Talking That Shit. Killer Mike, Songs for Saints and Sinners, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to Killer Mike. So when we get into this Arkansas win over Michigan, Arkansas was down double digits. In Arkansas, they stormed back from 15-point deficit and withstood a late comeback attempt to hang on over Michigan for the 89-87 victory. And that was at the Jimmy V Classic. Now, DJ Wagner, he added 16 points for the Razorbacks. They're 8-2. And I know when Calipari left Kentucky, and a lot of Kentucky fans, they were sitting there licking their chops. I told people that they were going to hire Mark Pope. They were like, oh, we're going to get this guy. We're going to try and get Pitino back. I said, no, they're going to hire Mark Pope. Now, that I'd already known about that in The Athletic. I had reported on that months and months ago. And I told people, y'all going to have a good team. They'll shoot a lot of threes. They're going to be competitive. That's the kind of ball that Mark Pope plays. He's a hybrid of that Billy Donovan and Rick Pitino and Providence style of basketball. And I knew that. However, everybody thought Calipari was going to struggle because of Kenny Payne. He had a lackluster 2 years at Louisville, really didn't pan out and develop into anything. Then Calipari goes to Arkansas. Calipari's first hire is Kenny Payne. And then everybody from Kentucky followed along with players. And then they snatched a couple of kids in the portal. And it's been rough sledding for him coming out the gate. But I know that he's riding the ship and people in Fayetteville are happy to have him. And that's different from the relationship that him and Mitch Barnhart had at one point, and it's disintegrated into nothing. So that was the background on the whole Arkansas thing. And at some point, I knew Dusty May taking over for Juwan Howard, and Juwan Howard had a four-star kid coming out of Oak Hill Academy. That guy was actually on the mend, about to leave as well. Dusty May, he wanted to go ahead and bring his own guys in, and they transferred to actually go to Michigan with him. And so, again, Michigan, I don't know how competitive that basketball is going to be in the Big Ten this year. Indiana just can't shoot flat out. I'm a Hoosier fan, and so I look at that. Ohio State, Diebler, he's got high energy. Hopefully, that's something that they can tap into. Oregon, now they got these teams that we absorbed in the Pac 12. Oregon had some hoopers. UCLA has some hoopers. I don't know what USC does for us. Wisconsin's usually a rough and tough grind game. Minnesota is kind of what Minnesota's going to be. I know Chris Collins. Yeah, that's his name. That's Doug Collins' kid from Duke who played for Coach K. He's now at Northwestern. I don't know what their season's going to look like. It's just a whole bunch of unknowns in the Big Ten this year. Yes, there's a lot of teams in there, but I don't know the level of basketball play from the Big Ten. If it was equally as good as football, then I know they would have more people tuning in. But with so many, I wouldn't even say names, because you don't know what Nebraska's going to have. Iowa hasn't been anything since they got rid of the Murray twins. The both of them are actually in the NBA, Sacramento and Portland, respectfully. Again, I just don't know about Big Ten basketball this year. And I'm the only person who's allowed to say that. I don't know. I can say that because I just have to sit down and actually study this thing. But my goodness, haven't seen a game that I really respect. I think that's a fair statement. Michigan State, I know Izzo. Izzo is a legend. So he's won college championships. Even when he starts the game off playing the North Carolinas, playing the Dukes, playing the Georgias and all, he wants the hardest games up front, and then his guys improve along the way. And then before tournament time comes in, now these guys are ready. Nothing else I can say about a legendary coach, and that's what he does. More power to him. But this game, to me, showed some deficiencies in Michigan because the inability to close out games, that's what stood out to me. Give me a quick 20 from a rap album we're promoting, and then we'll close this thing out. This is Big Vern. Drop the spot. Dun, 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 dun. It's your boy Big Vern promoting another rap album here at App Stupid. J. Cole, Friday Night Lights, in stores now. Get it where you legally consume music, whether it be Apple Music, Google Play, or Spotify. My personal favorites on here, the intro is hot. Too Deep is crazy. Before I'm Gone, Back on Topic, Vilmatic, that's another crazy song. Enchanted with Omen, oh man. In the Morning with Drake, Too Fake, man, there's so many good songs on this album. J. Cole, Friday Night Lights, in stores now. Yeah, shout out to J. Cole. I enjoyed the project. So when you dip into the numbers here, Michigan was shooting 57% for this game. They were shooting 50%. I'm like, wow. Even from three-point land, they shot 44%. Only took 18 threes and made 8 of them. Free throws, 61%. They had 18 free throws. They knocked down 11. So, I mean, you can see that they're a solid team, but they got out rebounded. And I don't know how that happens because you lost the offensive boards to Arkansas. And this game, when you're playing a team like Arkansas, who has all of these 4- and 5-star kids with these big resumes, Dusty May, he wanted to actually close that thing down. But when you have 17 turnovers, you're not going to beat anybody. 17 turnovers is ridiculous. And I'm just like, come on now. Everything else looked on par for them. I'm not going to hold you. Michigan looked like they was getting ready to walk away with this thing. They were up by 4 at halftime, and then, like I said, they pulled away slowly but surely. But then in the second half of this game, Arkansas was able to rally back and then hold them off for that 89-87 win. And if you're Michigan, you got to be kicking yourself because your season is getting ready to get underway. You got to play Oklahoma, and that's next Wednesday. I don't know how you can square that. You don't have a game for a whole week. Plus, it's just like, okay, right. But then they hit you with the double up. So then you play Fort Wayne. I didn't even know Fort Wayne had a college. I'm in Indiana. I didn't know Fort Wayne had a team. So then Western Kentucky, and then you jump in January 4th against USC. And I guess that's where the Big Ten play starts. So we'll wait to see what it looks like, play it by ear when we look at Michigan and go from there. But if you're a Michigan fan, get in the comments. Let me know what you think. As always, this is Big Vern. Dun, 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 dun. Well, that's the show. Thank you all for joining us. We had a great time. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button and share the content. This is Big Vern, and we'll see you tomorrow. Peace.